Hello, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Extreme School Makeovers. I hope your day is going great. Um, Today I wanted to talk about a couple things before we get into the video. Um, when I started Extreme School Makeovers, I knew the outside really needed help. And the outside is always determined, always a reflection of the inside. Okay, so if the outside is a hot mess, you already know what the inside is all about. Okay, and I wanted to present, even if it was for a day, a week, a month, or whatever the case may be, I wanted the students and staff to be able to come to a school at least for one day and be like, my school, is well manicured. Okay, let's get the day started and let's target the inside. Da, 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 da. Okay, and but it's a lot bigger than that. That's just the tip of the iceberg, because we know these youth out here really need help, and it's in these days and times it's really getting bad. And by me posting the clip the other week of the shooting, or however it may be, that's just what's happening in these days and times. If we don't reveal the bad or post the bad, how are we to know what to fix? And my theory is, when we hide a lot of stuff, it has a tendency to get brushed under the rug and look past. And I think that's what's happening these days. And I know I got a lot of flack in my direct messages and my comments and stuff like that about posting that stuff. But if we don't bring the darkness to the light, how do we know what to fix? If we're always praising what's going good and stuff like that, then what do we know what to fix? And that's my point, that I'm making. We should exploit what needs to be exploited and praise what needs to be praised, so that way we can have a balance, of what we need to improve, what we need to target, what we need to find a solution to. Then we can give the praise. And with my mission of Extreme School Makeovers, that's and that's my main mission for 2024. We need to exploit so we can find the solution into the problem, and then we praise when praise is given. Okay, so that's just like when a person has depression, the first thing they do is and the first step is they fix their exterior. They may get their hair done, or they may get their hair cut, they put on nice clothes, they shape themselves up, they put on makeup, or whatever the case may be, to make their outer exterior look good. And then they do the real work to get on the inside. And that's all Extreme School Makeovers is all about. Okay, we need to fix up the outside so we can get on the inside, and then target what really the problem is on the inside. The outside of the beautification and stuff like that, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, we need to get to the root of the problem, the solution, because the kids deserve a lot better than what they're getting in the public school systems. I don't blame the teachers, I don't blame the staff, I don't blame none of that. I mean, they're doing the best that they can with the shorthandedness that they're dealt with. Do I believe in the curriculum that's being presented? No, I don't. But we have to deal with what's at hand before we can make a change. Okay, so so if any of you disliked what I presented last week, I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. I have to put out there what's happening so we'll know what to change. And I'll put out the bad so we'll know what to change. And I'll put out the good so we'll know what to praise. You know what I mean? So that's just what Extreme School Makeovers is about. It's about evolution, it's about change, and it's about targeting what needs to be targeted. And if it comes with the first step of beautification of the outside, so we can do the real work on the inside, and that's what it's all about. Because let's make no mistake about it, our kids are out here, they're dying, they're shooting one another, they're overdosing on drugs, they're robbing everybody. They don't have the direction that they really so-called looking for. They want the independence, but they don't have the code of the independence. It's just a whole lot. And us, you know, when we come together as a village, when we come together as a community, we can find a solution and we can work and we can go. Somebody made a comment the other week and said that that I had a big heart, but it's easier said than done. Okay, make no mistake about it. Anything that's worth fighting for is never easy. It's never fair. It's never just given to us. You know, we got to fight for what we believe in. We got to make the dream a reality. You know, and it's a lot different from when I was coming up, because these kids nowadays, they don't have a standard, they don't have a code, they don't have the certain foundations that we had when we were coming up. It's just a lot different nowadays, and we just have to find a common ground. We have to have the knowledge, we have to have the ability to understand where they're coming from, and that way we can gain the wisdom to be able to give it to them. You know what I mean? So we have to, you know, gain the knowledge. We have to, you know, understand where they're coming from, and then that way we can give them the wisdom. Now, can we force it on them? No, we can't. You know, but it all starts with one. It all starts with one individual. That's why I always say we are making a difference one school at a time. One school at a time, we will make a difference. That's because I'm targeting one school at a time. And if we got to target one youth at a time, then that's what we'll do. Because one will turn to 5, 5 will turn to 10, 10 will turn to 50, 50 will turn to 1,000. I mean, that's just the way it goes. Will it take time? Absolutely. But I do believe we can make a difference. Okay? So, with the whole thing in a nutshell, I have to exploit the bad so we can find a solution. I have to exploit the bad so we can find a solution, and I have to bring the good to the light to give the praise to it. So we're going to have a balance. We're going to have a balance of the bad, and we're going to have a balance of the good. Like next week, I will post something that will be good, you know, that they're doing in the community and stuff like that. One week I may post something that's just outrageous and we need to find a solution to it to get it fixed. Okay? So yeah, I've been rambling on long enough, but that's just the backdrop. And on the Patreon, I'm getting these videos together, and they will indicate what, you know, the breakdown of extreme school makeovers. Okay? We're starting on the outside so we can get on the inside and really make a change for these youth. Okay? So if you hadn't already, grab your cold cut, your grapes, and your cherry Coke Slurpee. I'll see you in a minute. Love you. All right, I'm back here by the temporary buildings. I could have did it when I came, make sure it was nice and neat for the kids when they walk back and forth from the temporary buildings and stuff like that, but they decided to do themselves and lock the gate in the process. So as a result of them doing it themselves versus me doing it, this is what it looked like. Check it out. Yeah, so as you saw, I hope you was able to see through the fence, because I ain't hopping no fences. That you can forget that. To try to get footage or do work. If they going to handle it, hey, then let them handle it. But as you see, that's the result versus them handling it versus me handling it. Okay, so we got to do better. We got to do better. That's what the kids got to walk back and forth. They got to see that every time they transfer from temporary to temporary, just grass and tall, just grass all over the place and tall grass all up and down the temporary buildings. They don't deserve to see that. Maybe next time when I come, we probably can hit it, but for now, that's what they're gonna see. All right, so I'm about to get back to the video. See you in a minute. Love you.